Okay, so we're still talking about percents, and this time we're looking at representing them visually. So again, we're thinking that percent means out of 100. So if in this first question here, it's saying that each 100 chart represents 100%, that means that when we're asked to shade in 30%, well, if we look at it, we can see that it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 going this way, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 going the other way. So if it's a 10 by 10, 10 times 10 gives us 100. So that means that this whole square represents 100 and each little square represents 1%. So for shading in 30%, we just need to shade in 30 squares. And I think the most efficient way to do that would be to just shade in 30 whole rows, right? Because we said there's 10 in each row, or sorry, not 30 whole rows, 3 whole rows, sorry. Because we said there's 10 in each row, so we'd go 10, 20, 30. So 3 whole rows or 3 whole columns, whatever way you want to sort of look at it. Or if you were feeling like having more fun with it, you could like shade it in a pattern or shade it in like a shape or whatever. So long as you shade in exactly 30 squares, that's fine. So you can make it pretty or fun, or you can just do it like sort of in a more organized fashion, whatever makes you happy. So there we go, I've got that shaded in pink. The next one is just 7%. So 7% would be 7 of those little squares. Again, you can sort of put it in whatever direction you'd like. Okay, and then the next one is 86%. So for that, I would probably think, okay, well, I know that each row or each column, depending, I've been doing more columns, I guess, so is 10. So I would need 8 of those, right? Because I'd go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So I need 8 full columns of 10, and then 6 extra is how I would do that. But again, if you want to do it some other way, that's also fine. Okay, and so that's just how we would visually represent 30%, 7%, and 86%. So it's just like a visual to go with a number. And then for part 2 here, we're looking at, again, relating our percents, our fractions, and our decimals, putting all of those things together. So we again remember that percent means out of 100. So if we have 6%, that means we have 6 out of 100. And if it's 6 out of 100, we need to put the 6 in the hundredths place when we write a decimal. So if we remember, the hundredths place is 2 past the decimal. So like I'll write it. Okay. So 6% is the same as 6 out of 100, which is 6 hundredths. And again, just a reminder there on the side that we have the ones place, then the decimal, then it's the tenths place, then the hundredths place. So if it's 6 out of 100, the 6 needs to go in the hundredths place, not in the tenths place. That's a mistake that sometimes people make. So just to clarify there. So then 87% is the same sort of idea. It's still a percent, so it's still out of 100. So we're going to write 87 out of 100. And then we're going to make sure that 87 ends in the hundredths place. So that 7 should land in the hundredths place. Okay, and then we're going to look at 48%, same thing. It's out of 100, so we're going to write 48 out of 100 and then 48 hundredths. And so there we go. Again, be really careful of remembering that we've got ones place, tenths place, hundredths place, and just sort of keeping those straight in your head, and remembering that percent means out of 100.